Real Madrid's season opens with a quiet rearrangement that feels louder the closer you look. The left back, once a settled position, has become a small battlefield where roles are being redistributed and reputations quietly reassessed. Xabi Alonso walked in demanding fullbacks who do more than hug the touchline. His system wants them to tuck inside, to be part of tight build-ups, to operate in small spaces and to bring the ball out under pressure. That tactical change isn't a neutral fact for the players involved, it is a filter that highlights certain strengths and exposes certain limits. Álvaro Carreras, purchased from Benfica for a fee that underlines the club's intention, arrives not as a low-risk backup, but as the star signed to be the engine on that side. He is the clean slate solution, comfortable moving into interior channels, quick in short passes, and suited to Alonso's template. Fran Garcia becomes the convenient and capable deputy, ready to pick up the minutes Carreras does not play, while Ferland Mendy, last season's regular and for a while a reliable choice, now faces an uncomfortable truth. The role that once fit him is evolving, and he has not fully evolved with it. Mendy's story this summer is less about scandal and more about slow attrition. He played regularly last season, more than 30 matches and over 2,200 minutes on the pitch, and he still managed to chip in a couple of assists. But recurring physical issues and the demands of a new tactical plan have turned dependability into doubt. A player who once offered defensive solidity and burst down the flank is encountering a system that asks for different instincts, tighter ball control under pressure, quicker positional shifts into midfield, and a readiness to act as a third midfielder at times. Where those qualities are essential, Mendy's limitations become tactical liabilities rather than merely stylistic differences. The club's decision to invest heavily in Carreras is a vote. They have chosen a profile that better matches Alonso's blueprint. That vote has consequences for who starts, who covers, and who spends long spells waiting for an opening. For Mendy, the coming months read like a test of adaptability and resilience. He is not being publicly cast aside. He retains a place in the squad and will earn the salary and training time that come with it. But the practical reality is tougher. Minutes will be rationed and must be claimed through form and fitness rather than reputation. If injuries persist or his game does not bend toward Alonso's demands, the season might mean long afternoons on the bench, cameo appearances, and the uncomfortable feeling of being surplus to a particular tactical approach. Real Madrid, for its part, is pragmatic. If Mendy recovers consistency and shows he can play the required interior quick possession role, he will have space to rebuild his status. If not, the club will consider other options down the line, possibly looking toward moves in 2026 when squad shaping is reassessed. This is not a simple drama of talent lost. Football often decides between technical skill and tactical fit. A gifted individual does not automatically remain central when the team's architecture changes. What makes this episode compelling is the human element. A player who was once a fixture must now accept a subordinate role or transform everything about his approach. For fans and analysts, the Carreras signing and Garcia's utility are easy to quantify. Transfer fee, minutes projections, stylistic fit. But Mendy's response is the unpredictable variable. Will he become the professional who retools his game, stays fit, and snatches back playing time? Or will he become the experienced pro who accepts a reduced role, providing cover while the new starters settle? Either path shapes Real Madrid's season. A settled left flank gives Alonso the platform he wants. A faltering one forces tactical compromises. So the season ahead feels less like an immediate crisis and more like an audition stretched across months. Every training session, minor match, and cameo will be watched with extra interest because they are, in truth, small verdicts on adaptability. Mendy's next steps will tell us whether this chapter ends with a resurrection, a quiet acceptance on the bench, or a transfer conversation that migrates the question into next year's planning. Behind the headlines and the fee announcements is a simple sporting question. Which player best serves the system Alonso envisions? The answer will determine who starts, who waits, and how Real Madrid's left flank defines itself in a season where fit to the system may matter more than raw talent.